I'd like to thank you for watching this study in the book of 2 Thessalonians. Today we're in 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter, verse number 9. And again, let me just say this to you. Go back and listen to the prior podcast because we are covering a whole lot of information about the Antichrist and the end of the world, the rapture of the church. Just a whole lot of information. You know, one of the things that happens is people pull things out of context. And when they pull things out of context, they can make all kinds of strange ideas and strange teachings. That's why we teach verse by verse through the books of the Bible. We go back into the historical content. We go back into the textual content. And we look and we say, this is what the writer is saying. And that's why we're studying verse by verse through the book of 2 Thessalonians. Another reason why we're studying 2 Thessalonians is because it's a book of comfort to the believers. Now, let's go to verse number 9. Again, 2 Thessalonians, second chapter, verse number 9. And this is what it says. That is, the one who is coming is in accordance with the activity of Satan, with all power, signs, and false wonders. Now, who's he talking about? Who is the Apostle Paul talking about? He's talking about the Antichrist. The Antichrist is going to come, and he's going to appear to be a person of peace. He's going to appear to be a person who's got all the solutions to the world's problems. The only thing is he is operating in the spirit of something that you don't want to be part of. The Apostle Paul starts out and he says, the one who is coming in accord with the activities of Satan. Who's he working with? Who's the Antichrist working with? He's working with Satan. He's not working with some political party. He's not working with some rich billionaire. He's working with Satan himself. You see, we need to understand a couple things. Number one, we as believers have nothing to fear because we're gone. We are not going to be part of this. But we need the world to understand, and to our loved ones and our friends that were left behind because they didn't believe the truth. We need them to understand that this guy is not who he's pretending to be. He is working for the very deceiver himself, Satan, the devil, the one who has deceived Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. That same Satan, that same devil, that same person is now working with or working through the Antichrist. Now, look what it says. It says he is working in accord with the activity of Satan with all power, with all signs, and with all false wonders. Notice here, how is he working? He's working with all power, with all dunamis. You know what? This guy is not just your normal, average, run-of-the-mill person. He's working with a supernatural power, supernatural wisdom. You know, one of the things that we need to take away from these verses is that we need to be careful, that we don't follow power, that we don't follow wonders and signs, but that we follow the Spirit of God. Now, this person's going to come and he's going to have dunamis power, dynamite power. He's going to have a supernatural power about him that people are going to stand back. And now again, these are people that are not believers, but they're going to stand back and they're going to say, wow, maybe he is God. Wow. Look at the signs and the wonders. Look at the miracles that he's doing. I mean, he brought peace to this wild world. Wow. He's feeding everybody. No longer famine. Oh, wow, that's what we've been wanting. That's what we've been desiring our whole lives, is that there not be any famine or sickness. Wow. And you know what? It's our duty as those who are still here on the earth. It's our duty to warn and to teach these things to our friends that may be left behind. You say, well, what difference would it make? First of all, I believe that a person can become a believer after the rapture of the church. There is evidence of that, and we don't have time to go into that today. Though there are people that can still resist the Antichrist after the rapture of the church, but they're going to have Jesus as the Lord, the center, the controller of their lives. So we need to make these messages clear. They weren't written just for our comfort. They were written also for the warning of the unbelievers. And we need to tell people, you know what? After I'm gone, if you wake up tomorrow morning and you find out I disappeared, you wake up tomorrow morning and you find out your mom and dad disappeared, then you need to know this. There's somebody coming, and he's going to come and he's going to wow you. He's going to come with power, and he's going to come with signs, and he's going to come with wonders. Don't follow him. Give your life over to Jesus. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and the rapture has already taken place, I've got something for you. Don't follow the Antichrist, because he's out to destroy you. Again, going back to verse number 9. He's working in the activities of Satan. And he's working with powers, signs, and wonders, false wonders. Verse number 10, and we're going to go back to this tomorrow. But he says, and with. Now notice there's two things that he's working with. He's working with powers, signs, and false wonders. But then in verse number 10, he says, and with all deception of wickedness. How many of you know that wickedness is very deceiving? You see, you find a person that's given their lives over to wickedness, you'll find a person that's deceived. Oh, this doesn't hurt. Oh, this doesn't matter. You see, the Antichrist is going to be a man, number one, of lawlessness, but he's also going to be a man of wickedness. Our time is up for today. Join us tomorrow as we continue this study in the book of 2 Thessalonians.